Right, so here in the Sefer of the Tefillas of Mincha on Lamed Aleph, it says Sfeikus be'inyan the mochan in Nimshacha b'Tefillas of Mincha. So apparently there's some doubts here. Aber yesh safek in b'Tefillas of Mincha neiknase b'zer anpen havak the mochan the b'tzad ima bilvad. That's all that comes in, which is I think the way that we saw it straight on. O im hegam neiknasim. Af hagar the mochan the b'tzad ima, but also that are entering also the gar. So I never heard that before, but this is what he says. This is the Marchu is in doubt about this. Let's look at the number hey down below. Switch over to the next page. This is kind of short here, and he says yesh lehistafega im b'bentcha nimshachim rak havak the mochan the ima o gam hagar the mochan the ima. So up at the top again, it says, or we could just keep reading down below in number test. That's just good enough. He says number test is if only that comes in. That's another suffix he has. Al derek shuchu b'tefilas arabis. He says the suffix marchu suffix sheni. Shemanim shachim b'zer anpin gam havak the mochan the abba. He says, well, we never saw that before, so let's say al derek al amshacha hanaasis b'tefilas arvis, which right now I don't have that information in my mind. Shabanim shachim amochin the vakta abba vakta ima, because he's just saying that's what happens there. So in number yud he says amnam b'shitali sheneknazim bo mochin the vakta godless the mitzad ima amnam zech b'shitali. The Marchu, he said, the I'll call upon him about the mochan the iba nimshach and ka'ez. That's what's really coming in now. So let's see where we're at. Right now we're on number Yud Aleph. So he said, V'hida b'drasha rishon should be arno la'er b'drasha kriya shemad shachris. B'sham nizbar this idea. And he's going to go through this in some arichos, I think, down below. He said, V'gam nizbar sham. So now we're going to explain over there. Because there's still a Rishima, and the Rishima is still going to be mashpia. Because it's still daytime, and there's still a remnant of that. He says, Amnam, Im calls, I'm reading right across the top now still. Amnam im kol zecha b'mekoich haku rishimo yesh zivug gamor b'mincha keniska. So he says it's that rishimo, and we had some other ideas on it. I had trying to work out what I said was seemed to be a stira. He says, let me finish this and I'll tell you what I was thinking about. B'mincha keniska b'lechem yesh b'chav nefilas apayim. So therefore, there's going to be nefilas apayim here. Now I really like to learn more about nefilas apayim right now, but he's not going to do that. Amnam hu nimshach mekoch haaretz kriya shemad shachris k'nizkasham. So he had said previously, as what I thought was a little hard for me to understand, that the yisod of Zer Anpin in this situation, which is originally just a chagat nai, that's all Zer Anpin is the yisod moves up into the position of chagat. And as a result of that, the place of Yisod now, let's say, so to speak, the original Yisod is at the Chaza. That was the idea over there, that's how you could make a yichud. But then at the same time, the Mochin are coming in from up above, and they're pushing everything downward. So there's something going up. And so thinking maybe an answer to that is the fact that this is really, the first part is really Maim Nukvin. Is really the effort to try to elevate the world. And so therefore that's just saying, the nine moves up to the chagat. That is Maim Nukvin, and it causes the rest to come down. That's the best I can understand of, I made that up. But that's just, let's see, maybe it makes sense. So, okay, so we got over here, and there is some arichos that we're going to see, and number Yud, I think, in the Shevat Hakavanot. I'm not sure how far on this we could get to. We got a few minutes. So v'gam nizbar sham ki lefi shenishar b'zer anpin adayim aroshin shal osem amoch sheniklesuch b'shachris. Right, we're reading right here at this place. V'chein ein sorch lachsor ata loma kriya shema od pamecheres. Now this has some information in it I thought would be useful. Bir Inyan Zeh, he said, the Hine, this boil la'el, we have, anyway, the Mincha Na'asim Shnei Zivugin, there are actually 2 Zivugin that take place in Mincha. Ha'echad Zivug Yisrael of Leah, Mitzad Keilim Abenimim. So let's get this straight. First is the one we're talking about right now, is the yichud of Yisrael, which is Zeranpin and Leah. And he says, but Mitzad HaKeilim Abenimim in regards to Keilim, the inner part of the Keilim, because the Keilim we have, 3 parts. We have an inside, a middle, and an outside. So v'hasheni zivug the Yaakov v'rachel the Keilim emseim. So that also is going on, and I'm not sure that I'm really familiar with this. So the second one he says is a yichud that takes place between Yaakov, which is below the chazer, and rachel the Keilim emseim. Now, how does that work out? I really don't know. Hamshachas mochin gemurim. Mochim, and he has it in singular, mochim gemura. So that must be, it's working the gemura, work on the one hamshacha gemura of mochim. It's really probably how you should understand it. But l'achar tefillah shachris mistalkan the mochim bezun. So then after shachris, then the mochim leaves him. V'nishach bepechem rak rishima shal mochim v'la'achar mekan betefillah zementcha. Chazal the mashak havak the ima. So the vak of ima is coming back again. You're bringing this down. So I'm not sure where or how or what, but that's happening. So then in that particular, when we're looking at it in that way, we're wondering whether or not we're talking about mochim penimim. So he says a keniska la'el. And then after mincha, only everything leaves, all the mochim, just like in chakras. All that's left over is the rishima. The abba, the vok, the ima. Then at nighttime, then you start to getting both the mochin of the vok of abba and the vok of the ima. Now all of this is a subject that I could use a little bit more work on. Okay, so let's go on a little bit more. He says, this is all talking about inner Keilim. Mitzad HaKeilim emseim na'asa b'mincha hamshachas mochen gemurim akolelas mochen degar uvak the abba, the ima rather, vagar the vak the abba. So he says that in regards, so you have 2 different Keilim which were being affected by mincha. And I really thought that the main Keilim that you're dealing with here is going to be what happens at mincha time is well anyway let me go on. I got a little confused there. So now I'm going to come and explain this. So we said that already. Shaar hamochim gar the imo, gar the vok the abba, nimshachem bebirchas avos. So we always said that. The v'zecha v'yesh the la'ayin heichen nimshachem hamochim the vok the ima. So where exactly are coming from the mochin the vok the ima b'tefilas hamincha at the midas hamincha. V'hem ha'kelim ha'penimim v'hem ha'kelim ha'kitzonim. So let me read the words again. He says where they're coming from, and we don't say Kriya Shema. This is going back over the same idea, let's do a little bit more. He said, the chakras, and this is really in talk about the hamshacha, that is of the vak of godless of ima that's coming in the Keilim and panimim. Of an hour shalom over there is a mavur of inyan zayoser. It goes into more detail here, and he says what v'zera the shalom beketzer, and this is what it says: the al yedei kriya shema, the chakras. Nimshakim avak the mochin the godless. Then you have the vak of the mochin the godless comes about and the kolcha tefilos, but for all of the tefilos, there's enough there for everything. Ha'asidim the ha'omer ba'osayom that are going to be said on that particular day. Now, I don't know what he means by day. Day should really mean Shachris and Mincha, not Mariv, but maybe he means as you're standing and davening. I'm not sure what he means. Haman, here he says it here, maybe that's where I got that idea before. She'ala b'kriya shema, that comes as a result of kriya shema the Shachris. B'sham shem l'kol ha'tefillah b'shechel osach hayom adalayla, it's sufficient to bring a shefa down, or I guess he's talking about this vok of Ima. Let's see what he's talking about. He says it's sufficient to bring that down. So we don't have to say it one time during the day. Shemin haroi, because really the way that it should be, but that's not enough. That's not true. Ki daim b'kriya shema the shakris ki kocho godol, because its koach is very strong. Ad kan l'shona. Val derek zecha b'chu b'gam ne'in in the mochin the kelim them se'im. Now the same idea is that we're talking about these kelim in se'im. Because Moshe Kasav Rishah Shisecha Shacham Shachas HaMochin the kelim them se'im. Nasim kavara be'ez kriya shema the shakris. Everything that you needed for that already took place at shakris. Behind the Shemilvad Havok the Ima the Kelim Abinimi, besides the fact that there's sufficient there to be able to draw down the Kelim the Vok for the Kelim of godless for Kelim Abinimi, Hanim Shachim b'Tefillah Shachris, which originally came at Shachris, Nim Shachim oz Gam Havok the Mochid the Ima the Kelim Emseim, but that same Vok is going to be able to go to the Kelim Emseim. V'sham heim nisharim at tefilas mincha, and they're still sitting there. They're sitting there. In other words, it came down in chakras, and it brought a vok both into the kelim penimim, the kelim emseim, and they're sitting there until you get to the time of tefilas mincha. That is the roshim of it. But with tefilas amida, when you finally get to the mincha nishlemas amshachas shar hamochim, then all of the rest of the mochim will come in, guard the ima v'amakifim. Called Salam Mochin the Abba, the whole bundle comes in, Bekalim and Se'im into the middle Kalim. Get the Tefilas Shachris, just like you had over there at Tefilas Shachris. Okay, well, I think that's it. I think we got through that to that point. We have a little background, but I'm still up in the air a little bit about what's going on. Okay, call 2. Thank you so much for learning with me.